we're here with Nick from Ocean Active. We're in Muscat, Oman. We've had a stunning day on the water today. We've been fishing for yellowfin tuna. Nick, really interested in how you rig your gear. There's a lot of people out there obviously do topwater fishing, and do you want to explain to us how and why you do it?
Yeah, I mean we've seen and tried most probably every knot in the book. Generally, there's a couple of reasons we use the knots that we use. The first one is most probably simplicity. I always say if you can't tie your knot in under 3 minutes, it's too long, because the fish might be busting, and you don't have an opportunity to to sit and do elaborate knots. So the knot that we basically use and the setup that we use is basically called a Yucatan knot. We've obviously used the same setup. It's basically a leader that we cast from outside the tip guide.
So the leader is not in the guide, it's always outside?
It's not a wind-on leader, it's not a leader that goes through the guides. One of the first reasons why people always ask me is, when you're casting a mono leader and your braid through your guides and out, they go at obviously different speeds, different material, different friction. So you get this little snap that comes out all the time. So just above your wind-on knots, you always get this little frayed area. So we've had a lot of tackle failures with that. So why we like this knot is it's very quick. We basically tie, I normally do a 25 turn bimini. I do a half hitch on each side of the bimini, and then 5 half hitches down, all the same direction, and then the crucial part is burning off the little tag end to seat it. For the Yucatan knot, we basically go around the bimini 5 times, up 3 times, and through the loop, and then pull it very quick to seat it.
And you usually pull it through the same way you go back out, eh?
Yeah, no, I go hold the bimini, I wind it down 5 times and only go through once.
Right, yeah.
And then pull it and seat it very quick. Now you can see the lead is pretty short. A lot of people come and say, well, for GTs, your lead is too short, the scoots are going to break it off. I mean, we've caught thousands of GTs and it's never happened, and only recently have we started using for the tuna. Because generally it was always the principle of you've got to have a long leader for a tuna because of its tail hitting the braid or the line. Again, we've only started using it in the last couple of months, but we use a very short leader, and we've never had any break-offs from the tail and that. So yeah, great knot, very quick to tie, and in under 3 minutes you're basically back in the water again if you get broken off.
And attaching it to the lure?
Yeah, so we use a very simple, basically fisherman knot. 3 turns up, once through, pull tight, and then use PE pullers to seat it. So you actually stretch the line just above the knot, because you pull it so hard, and that knot seats. Seats well.
I just use a uni knot on there. But
uni knot's perfect. Some of our guides use uni knots. I just go that because that's the thing. The biggest thing with knots, if you're not confident in a knot or tying the knot, then don't use it. And if you're not confident and you want to use it, then tie it enough that you're confident with it. Because when you're casting that at a 100-kilo yellowfin tuna, you've got to be confident that your knot's going to hold. And you don't have to worry about rods and reels and everything else. If the knot doesn't hold, you're dead in the water. So the biggest thing I always tell guys is keep it simple, keep it straight, and just make sure that you've got confidence, and you don't want to be fighting for an hour thinking a knot's going to come undone.
And every time you cast, you're casting potentially a fish of a lifetime, eh?
Yeah, 100%.
So you've got to make sure your knots are right.
Yeah, there's no point in thing, and I tell a lot of guys, everyone thinks big tuna, big GTs, get fit, get strong, and that, but actually your gear setup is just as important as that, because you can have all the stamina in the world and all the strength, but if you've set up and used crimps and wind-ons and all things fancy and elaborate, twisties and that, then it's thing. And lastly, one of the reasons why we use the knot is obviously casting distance, because you're casting this from outside the tip-top guide, so there's not all that friction and knots going through, and your casting distance is probably 20%
and normally it's
more.
the guy who can cast the first going to catch the biggest
that's
fish.
it. Casting distance is king.
Awesome. Hey guys, for more videos on how to do all these knots, we've got them on our website, journeyofafisherman.com. We've got the Banimi twist, we've got the Yucatan, and obviously the uni knot to attach the lure to the leader. So check them out.